Students, I am Madhuri Abhale from Saraswat International Academy. I am teaching Science of Standard 6th. Here we are going to continue chapter number 4, Sorting Materials into Groups, part 4. Yesterday, we had studied about soluble or insoluble substances. In that, with the help of solid materials, with the help of liquid materials, and with the help of gaseous material, we go through with some experiments. Today, we are going to see objects may float or sink in water. So, let's start. While doing activity 4, you might have noticed that the insoluble solid separated out from water. You may have also noticed this with some liquids in activity 5. Some of these materials that did not mix with water floated to the surface of the water. Others may have sunk to the bottom of the tumbler, right? We notice many examples of objects that float in water or sink. Dried leaves fallen on the surface of a pond, a stone that you throw into this pond. Now, in this session, we are going to learn the objects may float or sink in water. That means the objects which is having more volume that will sink in water. Okay, but the less volume objects will float on the water. So let's see one example that dried leaves fallen on the surface of a pond. If we take one glass and we just fill 2/3 of this glass with water. Now in apparatus we'll take one dried leaves and we put that dry leaves in the glass. Now you can see that dry leaves will remain up on this water. That means it will float on the water just because the weight of that fallen leaf is very less, so that with less weight it will not sink in the water. So the volume of these fallen leaves is very low or very less. The next example is a stone that you throw into this pond. Similarly, after dried leaves, we can take one stone and just put the stone into this glass filled with 2/3 of water. You can observe here that the stone will sink in the water because the weight of the stone is much more than this dried leaf. That is why the stone will sink in the water. Few drops of honey that you left fall into a glass of water. What happens to all of this? So you can observe figure 4.6. In that, some objects float in water while others sink in it. So you can observe here some marbles, one coin, and this key is sink in water. Other than this wooden box, this leaf, and this plastic ball is floating on the water. So With the help of this experiment, we can say that some objects mass is very less so that they are floating on water, whereas some objects are having more mass so that they easily sink into the water. Bhujo would like you to give him 5 examples each of objects that float and those that sink in water. What about testing these same materials to see if they float or sink in other liquids like oil? So, if we take materials that float on water like wood, plastic, cork, thermocol, sponge, and rubber. These are the examples that float on water. And the examples of materials that sink in water are iron, brick, glass, brass, and stone. So these are the examples of the materials which are sink in water. So you can observe two beakers are here and these beakers are half filled with water. In this first beaker, we need to add one thermocol sheet, and in other beaker, that means in second beaker, we need to add one stone. Let's see what happens. Objects floats or sink in water. Take a piece of thermocol and a stone, put them into a vessel containing water. What do you observe? Stones sink to the bottom of the vessel, but thermocol floats on water. How does it happen? Just because this is because thermocol is lighter than water and floats on it, and things heavier than water sink. So simply with these many examples, we can say that the things which are lighter than water, they always floats on water, and the things which are heavier than water, they always sink in water. So you can see here this thermocol sheet is floating on water and the stone is sink in this water because thermocol is lighter than water and the stone is heavier than water. Now our next topic is transparency. This term transparency again included in properties of materials. In transparency there were three parts. One is transparent material, other one is translucent material, and the third one is opaque material. So let's read line by line. You might have played the game of hide and seek. Think of some places where you would like to hide so that you are not seen by others. Why did you choose those places? Now, in this example, transparency term is explained. How? Here you need to play one game, hide and seek. In that you need to choose that place where you can easily hide yourself. Now, in front of you, one glass window is there, and the other way, one wooden window or wooden door is there. Now, in hide and seek game, you need to hide yourself. So, you will choose this glass door or this wooden door. Simply, with this example, You can obviously choose this wooden door because the wood is opaque material. That means the person who is finding, he could not see you because this wood will not pass any light because it is a opaque material. If you talk about this glass window or door, then the person who is finding you, he can easily see from this door because this is made up of glass and glass is a transparent material. Okay, that means in hide and seek game you need to seek that place where you can hide yourself. Let's read further. Why did you choose those places? Done. Would you have tried to hide behind a glass window? Obviously not, as your friends can see through that and spot you. So before this, I have already explained this because glass window is transparent material and that is why your friend can easily spot you. Those substances or materials through which things can be seen are called transparent, like glass, water, air, and some plastics are example of transparent materials. Now here one picture is given in that a boy is looking from three different materials. Figure 4.7, looking through opaque, transparent and translucent material. First of all, I would like to explain what is opaque material, what is transparent material and what is translucent material. Opaque material from which light will not pass through this material. But in transparent material, suppose light is fallen on this material, it will definitely pass through other way. Okay, that is called a transparent material. And translucent material means, suppose this one is translucent material, a light is throwing on this translucent material. The half light will transfer from this material and half will reflect from this material back. Okay, so in simple way, from opaque material we cannot see the other side. In transparent material we can easily see the other side of that material. In translucent material we can see the half we see from it and half will not. So you can see here he is using here one paper, so he cannot see from the paper because paper is a opaque material. After that he is using one oily paper. With the help of oily paper, the paper becomes translucent. That means he can see not many things, but he can see a little things. So it is called a translucent material. And in this third diagram he can clearly watching from this glass. So this is called a transparent material. So in this diagram you can see many glass bottles were kept here and many food materials are kept inside transparent glass jars at confectionery shop. What is transparency? Let's read this box. The objects through which you can see clearly are called transparent. Some examples of transparent materials are glass, water, air, few plastics, groundnut oil, and alcohol. These are the examples of transparent material from which we can easily see. Now, the translucent material. So you can see one bathroom window is here. In that, the shadow or from the other side, the little bit light's reflection is coming from that way. That means the one through which you cannot see clearly is called translucent. Some examples of translucent materials are ground glass, butter paper, oiled paper, and tissue paper, etc. These are the examples of translucent materials. Let's read further. Shopkeepers usually prefer to keep biscuits, sweets, and other eatables in transparent containers of glass or plastic so that buyers can easily see these items. Everyone knows that अगर हम लोग शॉपिंग के लिए जाते हैं, whether it is a cloth shop or whether it is a फूड शॉप, वहाँ पे जो भी इंग्रेडिएंट्स या जो भी अगर क्लोथ शॉप की बात करें तो वहाँ पे जो भी क्लोथ्स रहते हैं या जो भी क्लोथ शॉप रहती है उनकी जो डोर्स और जो विंडोज़ रहते हैं वो किससे बने हुए रहते हैं? ट्रांसपेरेंट ग्लास से, बिकॉज ग्लास इज़ अ ट्रांसपेरेंट मटीरियल, सो दैट जो कस्टमर्स रहते हैं वो इजीली क्या हो जाते हैं? अट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं उनके प्रोडक्ट से. On the other hand, there are some materials through which we are not able to see. These materials are called opaque material. Opaque material, examples of opaque material: tree, then stones, books, buildings. So all these are opaque materials. You cannot tell what is kept in a closed wooden box. बिकॉज वुडन बॉक्स क्या होता है? ओपेक होता है. सो वुडन बॉक्स के अंदर क्या रखा हुआ है? वी कैन नॉट अज्यूम और वी कैन नॉट टेल. अ कार्डबोर्ड कार्टून और अ मेटल कंटेनर. वुड, कार्डबोर्ड, metals are the examples of opaque materials because we cannot see anything from that material. Do we find that we can group all materials and objects without any confusion as either opaque or transparent? So let's see, I am giving you simple examples so that you can clearly understand the concept between opaque materials and the concept of transparent materials. So let's start opaque and transparent. First one is chair. So chair is a opaque material. Then glass. Glass is a transparent material. Building. Again it is a opaque material. Then tree. Tree is also a opaque material. Now plastic. Some plastics are comes under transparent materials. So with the help of this division of groups or division of things on the basis of transparency, we can understand the difference between opaque materials and transparent materials. Let's move further. Activity 6. Take a sheet of paper and look through it towards a lighted bulb. Make a note of your observation. Now put 2-3 drops of some oil and spread it on the sheet of paper. Look again towards the lighted bulb through that portion of the paper on which the oil has been spread. So simply you need to take one paper and first you need to observe from this paper whether you can see the other side or not. So with the help of this paper we cannot see the other side because paper is a opaque material. Now after that you need to take some oil and spread on this paper. After that again you need to see whether you can see the other side of the paper or not. With the help of these oily patches you can halfway can see the objects from this paper, from these oily papers, because some lights are passed from this paper and some light is reflect from this paper. See, after oily patches were come on the paper, some lights were passed from this paper and some light will reflect back. Because of this the paper become a translucent object. Now what do you mean by translucent object? Translucent object means we cannot see clearly the things which are in front of this paper. This is called a translucent object. Let's read further. But can you see clearly through the oiled paper? Is everything on the other side of it visible? Perhaps not. The materials through which objects can be seen but not clearly are known as translucent object. That means थोड़े से ऑब्जेक्ट दिखेंगे बट दे आर नॉट क्लियर. जैसे ट्रांसपेरेंट ग्लास में से ऑब्जेक्ट एकदम क्लियर दिखाई देता है, वैसे ट्रांसलूसेंट ऑब्जेक्ट में से वो ऑब्जेक्ट क्लियरली हम लोग देख नहीं सकते. दैट इज़ वाई दैट objects were called translucent object. Remember the oily patch on paper when we tested food items for presence of fat. In chapter number 2 we done one experiment that the items having fats. In that what we had done, a sheet of paper and on that some groundnuts were crashed. Because of that groundnut the oily patches were made on that paper. With the help of that oily patches, if we observe this paper in front of any light, so we can see the other side from that paper. So because of that oily patches the paper becomes translucent. Let's read further. That was translucent too. Can you think of some more example of translucent material? We can therefore group materials as opaque, transparent and translucent. Many water bottles are also translucent. Again, milk is also comes under translucent material. Then muddy water is also a example of translucent material. Let's read further. You can observe here figure 4.9. Does torchlight pass through your palm? Now human body, if we talk about humans, then humans also comes under opaque material, because if we walk in the line we can see our shadow is in opposite direction of that light. That means shadow किसकी गिरती है? जो मटीरियल ओपैक हो उसकी. That means अगर हम लोग पाम लाइट के ऊपर रखेंगे तो वो लाइट पास नहीं होगी, बिकॉज ह्यूमंस के जो भी बॉडी पार्ट्स रहते हैं वो कौन से ऑब्जेक्ट्स में आते हैं? दैट इज़ अ ओपैक मटीरियल. Paheli suggests covering the glass of a torch with your palm at a dark place Switch on the torch and observe the other side of the palm. So you can see here, if we see with the help of torch, then some red light were seen here, but this light never passes from our hand. Whether palm of your hand is opaque, transparent or translucent. So our palm is opaque material. We learned that materials differ in the appearance and the way they mix in water or other liquids. So from starting of this chapter, the properties of material, in that we seen appearance, in that we learn about what is luster, after that mixing of liquids, mixing of solid, mixing of gaseous material in water and other liquids. They may float or sink in water or may be transparent, opaque or translucent. So all these properties we had already learnt. Materials can be grouped on the basis of similarities or differences in their properties. Why do we need to group materials in everyday life? We often group material for our convenience. At home, we usually store things in such a manner that similar objects are placed together. Suppose if we talk about kitchen, okay, so मम्मी क्या करती है, सारे मसालेस जो रहते हैं वो एक कैबिन में रखती है, जितने भी डिशेस रहेंगे वो एक कैबिन में रहेंगे. ओके, सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ मटेरियल्स इनटू ग्रुप, it is more convenience in our daily routine to work properly. Such an arrangement helps us to locate them easily. So with the help of arrangement वो क्या होता है, easily हम लोग उसको locate कर सकते हैं. Similarly, a grocer usually keeps all type of biscuits at one corner of his shop, all soaps at another, while grains and pulses are stored at some other place. If we talk about malls, अगर हम लोग मॉल्स में जाते हैं तो वहाँ पे ड्रेसिंग के कंपार्टमेंट अलग रहते हैं, फूड के कंपार्टमेंट अलग रहते हैं, देन डिश वॉशर हो, देन जो भी कंपार्टमेंट्स रहते हैं वो क्या रहते हैं, अलग अलग रहते हैं. इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट वेजिटेबल्स, देन वेजिटेबल्स के कंपार्टमेंट अलग रहेंगे. क्लोथिंग में भी टॉप्स के कंपार्टमेंट अलग, शर्ट्स के अलग, पैंट्स के अलग. सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस अरेंजमेंट, द कस्टमर्स आर ऑल्सो कस्टमर्स को भी कन्वीनियंस होता है उनकी प्रॉपर थिंग्स को चूज़ करने में. There is another reason why we find such grouping useful. Dividing materials in groups makes it convenient to study their properties and also observe any patterns in these properties. We will study more about this in higher classes. So, in this chapter, we learnt about objects around us. After that, we learned about properties of material. In properties of material, appearance, luster, hardness. Some materials are soft, some were hard. Then the materials are soluble in water, some are insoluble in water. Then we experiment with some liquids that floats on water and some are mixes well with water. After that, we saw gaseous materials that mixes well with water and some of them are insoluble in water. After that, objects may float or sink in water. That means some materials are heavier than water, they sink in the water, and जिनका वेट कम रहता है कंपैरेटिव वाटर, वो क्या करते हैं, फ्लोट करते हैं. सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ मैनी एग्जाम्पल्स वी clearly indicate that which material are float on water and which are sink in the water. After that we saw transparency, in that opaque material, translucent material and transparent material we learned. So here we conclude our chapter number 4, sorting materials into groups. Now you need to write these keywords in your notebook, and you can also find more keywords from these chapters and write in your notebook. Thank you.